Good morning. I'm Rick Carter. I just wanted to share with you this morning some things God gave me in my devotions. Hopefully will be a blessing to you. I was reading this morning in Proverbs chapter number 20, verse 24. The Bible says, "Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?" It reminded me of Jeremiah chapter number 10, verse number 23, which says, "O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself, it is not in man that walketh, to direct his steps." I was thinking about the fact that God gives us a free will. He allows us to choose the paths, the directions of our life. He gives us the ability to make decisions completely. We can choose sin. We can choose righteousness. We can choose every given day, whether we're going to eat breakfast, whether we're going to read the Bible, whether we're going to go to work. All of those decisions are free for us to make. The thing that these verse teaches us is that God knows the end of the decision that we've made. God doesn't choose the decision that we make, but God has already set eternal consequences into this world. He's already set the outcome of things. And so God knows where this path leads. God knows what the end result will be for any given path we choose. When David chose to stay home, God knew what the end result would be. That's why it's so vital that we remember what the Bible tells us back in Proverbs chapter number 3 and verse number 5 through 7. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not into thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord, and depart from evil." You see, we must seek God on those individual choices because God knows the end result. He knows the place where this decision leads to, and if we are making those decisions without seeking his face, then we're likely to end up at a place where we don't want to end up. I was thinking about an event that happened to me some time ago. I was in Washington State at a friend's house, and he had a dirt bike track, motorcycle track, on 10 acres behind his house. He encouraged me to take a motorcycle out there and give it a try. So I did, and I got out on the track. I didn't know the route. It was my first time around on the track, and I came to a place where there were two paths. The path divided, and I took the easier of the two, what I thought was the easier of the two. One turned hard to the right, and the other was a more gentle-looking turn. But what I didn't realize is that the path that I chose was a jump, and so I ended up just really quickly on in the air and kind of flying through the air there. I landed okay, but then when I landed in the tall grass and some bushy area, and I couldn't see the the path where I was. It was back over to the side, and so I turned the bike to kind of head back into the path. And because I was in the tall grass, as I was accelerating back toward the path, I hit a stump and flew in the air, landed on the motorcycle kind of part way. My arm landed in the chain area, and the rest of my body landed on a stinging nettle bush. I chose the path, but I didn't get to choose the end result. God chooses those results, and what's at the end of the path, he sees it already. And so he says in his word that he wants us to let him be a light to our path. He wants us to let him be a lamp to make those decisions because he knows what's at the end, even when we think that we are making right, good decisions because we're making decisions that seem right at the beginning of the path. The truth is that the most important thing about choosing a path is not what's at the beginning, it's what's at the end, and only God knows that. And so it's important that we remember that every day when we make decisions and the choices we make, that we seek his face, that we accept his will, and say, "Lord, I know here are my decisions to make, but I know you know the result of it. Please give me direction and give me guidance so that I can make a wise decision that will lead to a profitable conclusion." Thanks.